Good morning, students. As you know, we have started lesson number 12, ratio and proportion. Now, today we will continue exercise 12.1 from question number 7. Find the ratio of the following. First, 30 minutes to 1 hour. B, 40 centimeter to 1.5 meter. C, 55 paise to rupees 1. D, 500 ml to 2 liter. So answer first, 30 minutes to 1 hour. See, 30 minutes and 1 hour, both quantities are in different unit. So we have to convert in same unit. Now we convert hour into minute. We know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So ratio of 30 minutes to 1 hour equal to 30 minutes upon as 60 minutes, because 1 hour is nothing but the 60 minutes. So 30 upon 60. So divide numerator and denominator by 30. So 30 divided by 30 upon 60 divided by 30, which is equal to 1 upon 2. So the ratio is 1:2. Now B, 40 centimeter to 1.5 meter. Again quantities are in different unit. Now we convert meter into centimeter. We know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 1.5 meter is equal to 1.5 into 100 centimeter, which is equal to 150 centimeter. Now 1.5 meter convert into 150 centimeter. So the ratio of 40 centimeter to 1.5 meter equal to 40 centimeter as to 1.5 meter, which is equal to 40 upon 150, because 1.5 meter is nothing but the 150 centimeter. So 40 upon 150, divide numerator and denominator by highest common factor of 40 and 150, that is 10. So we get 4 upon 15, which is equal to 4:15. So see, 55 paise to rupees 1. Now quantity are in rupees and paise. Units are different. So convert rupees into paise. You know that 1 rupees is equal to 100 paise. So ratio of 55 paise to rupees 1 is equal to 55 paise as 100 paise. So 55 upon 100, which is equal to, divide numerator and denominator by 5. 55 divided by 5 upon 100 divided by 5, which is equal to 11 upon 20. In terms of ratio, 11:20. Now D, 500 ml to 2 liter. So 500, these both quantity given in different unit, ml and liter. Now we convert liter into ml. We know that 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. So 2 liter is equal to how many ml? 2 liter is equal to 2 into 1000, which is equal to 2000 ml. Now ratio of 500 ml to 2 liter is equal to 500 ml as to 2 liters, which is equal to 500 upon 2000. We get the quantities in ml. So 500 upon 2000, which is equal to 500 divided by 500 upon 2000 divided by 500. We simplify it in its lowest form, which is equal to 1/4. So it read as 1:4. So ratio is 1:4. Now question number 8. In a year, Seema earns rupees 1,50,000 and saves rupees 50,000. Find the ratio of money that Seema earns to the money she saves. B, money that she saves to the money she spends. Now total earning rupees is 1,50,000 and saving is 50,000. So total money she spent is 1,50,000 minus 50,000, that is 1 lakh rupees. That money she spent. Total money minus saving, we get that money is spent, that is 1 lakh rupees she spent. Now we have to find the first ratio of money earned to the money saved. She earned money 1,50,000 upon she saved 50,000. So the ratio, divide numerator and denominator by 50,000 here. So you get 1,50,000 divided by 50,000 upon 50,000 divided by 50,000, which is equal to 3 by 1. In terms of ratio, it is read as 3:1. Now next, ratio of money saved to the money spent. She saved money 50,000 and she spent 1,00,000. She spent 1 lakh. Now 50,000 upon 1 lakh. We have to find its lowest form. So divide numerator and denominator by 50,000. You get 1/2. In terms of ratio, the ratio of money saved to the money spent is 1:2. So this is about question number 8. Now question number 9. Question number 9. There are 102 teachers in a school of 3,300 students. Find the ratio of the number of teachers to the number of students. Okay. So here total 102 teachers and 3,300 students. We have to find the ratio of number of teachers to the number of students. Okay. Teachers nothing but the 102, students 3,300. Now the ratio of number of teachers to that of students. So teachers upon students, that is 102 upon 3,300. Now divide numerator and denominator by highest common factor of 6. Highest common factor 6. So 102 divided by 6 upon 3,300 divided by 6, which is equal to 17 upon 550. So ratio of number of teachers to that of students is equal to 17:550. Now question number 10. In a college, out of 4,320 students, 2,300 are girls. Find the ratio of number of girls to the total number of students, number of boys to the number of girls, number of boys to the total number of students. Now here in a college, total students are 4,320, girls are 2,300, so remaining are boys. So boys is nothing but 4,320 minus 2,300. So we find it. See, total number of students in school is equal to 4,320. Number of girls are 2,300. Therefore, number of boys is 4,320 minus 2,300. So boys nothing but the 2,020. Now first, ratio of girls to the total number of students. Girls are 2,300 and total students are 4,320. So 2,300 upon 4,320. Find its lowest form. Divide numerator and denominator by highest common factor 20. So you get 1,115 upon 216. So the ratio is 115:216. Now B, ratio of boys to that of girls. Boys are 2,020 and girls 2,300. Now divide numerator and denominator by its highest common factor 20. So you get the fraction 101 upon 115, which is equal to 101:115. Now C, ratio of boys to the total number of students. Now boys to the total number of students, 2,020 upon 4,320. So divide numerator and denominator by 20. You get 101 upon 216. So the ratio is 101 as to 216. Now question number 11. Out of 1800 students in the school, 750 opted basketball, 800 opted cricket, and remaining opted table tennis. Okay, so the remaining students, how can we find? That is 1800 minus 750 minus 800. If a student can opt only one game, find the ratio of the number of students who opted basketball to the number of students who opted table tennis. B. The number of students who opted cricket to the number of students opting basketball. C. Number of students who opted basketball to the total number of students. Now here, total number of students is 1800. Number of students opted basketball is equal to 750. Number of students opted cricket is 800. Now number of students opted tennis equal to 1800 minus 750 minus 800, which is equal to 250. So students opted tennis are 250. You get all students' strength here. Now first, the ratio of students opted basketball to that of opted table tennis is 750 upon 250. So divide numerator and denominator by 250. You get 3 by 1, which is equal to 3 as to 1. Now B, ratio of students opted cricket to the students opted basketball. Now students opted cricket are 800 and basketball 750. So 800 upon 750, which is divide numerator and denominator by 50. So 800 divided by 50 upon 750 divided by 50, which is equal to 16 upon 15. So ratio is 16 as to 15. Now see, ratio of students opted basketball to that number of total number of students. So students opted basketball are 750 upon total number of students is 1800. So divide numerator and denominator by highest common factor of 750 and 1800, that is 150. So 750 divided by 150 upon 1800 divided by 150, which is equal to 5 by 12, which is equal to 5 as to 12. Now question number 12. The cost of dozen pen is rupees 180 and a cost of 8 ball pens is rupees 56. Find the ratio of cost of pen to the cost of a ball pen. Cost of dozen pens, that you know that 1 dozen is equal to 12. So cost of dozen pens means cost of 12 pens, which is given as a 180. So cost of 1 pen is what? Cost of 12 pen is 180. So cost of 1 pen is nothing but the 180 upon 12. So cost of 1 pen is nothing but the 15. Okay, cost of 1 pen is 15. Now given is cost of 8 ball pens is 56. Cost of 8 ball pens is rupees 56. So cost of 1 ball pen is what? So cost of 1 ball pen is equal to 56 upon 8, which is equal to 7. Now we get the cost of pen and cost of ball pen. So the ratio of cost of 1 pen to that of cost of 1 ball pen. Okay, cost of 1 pen is 15 and cost of 1 ball pen is 7. So the ratio is 15 upon 7, which is equal to 15 as to 7. Now next question 3. Consider the statement, a ratio of breadth and length of a ball is 2 as to 5. Complete the following table that shows some possible breadths and lengths of the ball. Ratio of breadth and length is given 2:5, and we have to complete the following table that shows some possible breadths and lengths of the hall. Okay, now here ratio of the breadth and length is given 2:5, which is equal to 2/5. Okay, so here first 10 number 2 from 2/5, how we get 10. So here check, from 2/5 multiply numerator and denominator by 10 to find equivalent ratios. 2 into 10 upon 5 into 10, that is 20 upon 50. Next 2/5 which is equal to multiply by 20, 2 into 20 upon 5 into 20, which is equal to 40 upon 100. So we just find out its equivalent ratio. See, 10/25, 10, 20, 40. Next 25 to 50, 50 to 100. You get all this like this. Okay, now question number 14. Divide 20 pence between Sheila and Sangeeta in the ratio 3:2. See, we divide 20 pence between Sheila and Sangeeta in the ratio 3:2. See, the ratio between Sheila and Sangeeta is given 3:2. So total these terms of the ratio is nothing but 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. Okay, divide 20 pence between Sheila and Sangeeta in the ratio 3:2. So total terms in that ratio is 3 plus 2, 5. Okay, so out of 5, see, Sheila having 3 parts. So out of 5, Sheila get 3 parts. So 3/5 of the total pence Sheila get. Next, Sangeeta in the ratio, Sangeeta in 2 parts. So out of 5, Sangeeta gets 2 parts, that is 2/5. So 2/5 of total pence of Sangeeta. So Sheila gets 3/5 of that total pence. Total pence are 20, so Sheila gets 3/5 into 20. Now 3 into 20 is 60 upon 5, therefore 12 pence. So Sheila gets 12 pence. Now Sangeeta gets 2/5 of total pence. So 2/5 into 20, which is equal to 40 upon 5, which is equal to 8 pence. Now can see Sheila gets 12 pence and Sangeeta gets 8 pence. So 12 plus 8, total 20 pence. Divide between Sheila and Sangeeta. Now question 15. Mother wants to divide rupees 36 between her daughters Shreya and Bhumika in the ratio of their ages. If the age of Shreya is 15 years and age of Bhumika is 12 years, find how much Shreya and Bhumika will get. Now here ratio of age of Shreya to that of Bhumika. Age of Shreya is 15 and age of Bhumika is 12. So 15 upon 12, that ratio is 15 divided by 3 upon 12 divided by 3, which is equal to 5/4. Okay, so rupees 36 divide between Shreya and Bhumika in the ratio 5:4. Okay, we have to that mother divide rupees 36 between Shreya and Bhumika in the ratio of 5:4. So total parts of that ratio is 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Now Shreya gets out of 9 5 parts of 36. So 5/9 of rupees 36. So 5/9 into 36, which is equal to 5 into 36 upon 9, which is equal to 20 rupees. And Bhumika gets out of 9 4 parts. So Bhumika gets 4/9 of rupees 36. So 4/9 into 36 is equal to 4 into 36 upon 9, which is equal to 60 rupees. So Bhumika gets 60 rupees. If you observe, 20 rupees plus 16, 36 rupees. Divide between Bhumika and Shreya. Now question 16. The present age of the father is 42 years and that of his son is 14 years. Find the ratio of the present age of father to the present age of son. B. The age of father to the age of son when the son was 12 years old. And C. The age of father after 10 years to the age of son after 10 years. Now answer is here. Father's present age is given 42 years and present age of son is given 14 years. So the first present age of fathers to the present age of son is 42 upon 14. Divide numerator and denominator by 14, which is equal to 3 by 1. So the ratio is 3:1. Now B. When the son was 12 years, that is 2 years ago. So then the fathers, then at that time when son was 12 years, that means 2 years before ago, father was 42 minus 2, because fathers is also will less 2 years back. So 42 minus 2, 40 years. So age of father, therefore the ratio of their ages, age of father to age of son, that is 40 upon 12. So divide numerator and denominator by 4. You get 10 by 3. So the ratio is 10:3. Now C. Age of father after 10 years. See, after 10 years, father's age will be increased by 10 years. So 42 plus 10 is equal to 52 years. Age of the son after 10 years also increased by 10 years. So 14 plus 10, which is equal to 24 years. So therefore ratio of their ages, that is age of father upon age of son, which is equal to 52 upon 24, which is equal to 52 divided by 4 upon 24 divided by 4, which is equal to 13 by 6, which is equal to 13:6. Now D. When the father was 30 years old. 30 years old means his current age, present age is 42. 30 years old means 30 years back. That means 30 years old means at age of 30. So that means 12 years ago. Okay. So 12 years ago, then son was 14 minus 12, that is 2 years old. Okay. So at that time ratio of their ages is age of father upon age of son. So father at 30 years old, so 30 upon, at that time son is 2 years. 30 upon 2, divide numerator and denominator by 2, you get 15 upon 1, which is equal to 15:1. So the ratio is 15:1. So this is about exercise 12.1. Today complete this exercise in your notebook.